here with Rear Admiral Hann from the NOAA Corps. Could you please start out with some of your background and how you came to be in this position?
Sure. So I grew up in Illinois, surrounded by cornfields, and took an early interest in weather and just when I had a chance to be around the water and aviation, just kind of everything that this encapsulates, and studied marine science and meteorology, and then had a chance to go to flight school. So it's just from an early age was an interest, all of my interests combined. So it's been really fortunate to make a job out of that.
And what have you flown with the NOAA Corps?
I flew a Twin Otter, so the aircraft behind us was the first aircraft I flew as a pilot, and then I flew on our P3 and our G4 as a flight meteorologist.
Being a woman in aviation and a woman of your rank is rather rare. Could you chat about kind of how that impacted your service with the NOAA Corps and what you'd maybe like to see with women in the future?
Sure, no, that's a good question. I've been fortunate to have a lot of good mentors in my career, men and women, but a lot of good supportive mentors. And there's been a lot of cases I am the only woman in the room, but I think through that mentoring and supporting, I always felt like I had a place there. So it's been a challenge. I mean, definitely I have a daughter, a 10-year-old daughter, and just try to balance personal life and career has been a challenge, but it's worked out, and it's great to see more women in aviation. Met a lot of women here who are interested in it, so just trying to bring more women into the field, into what we do, the military and the aviation, because the more we have, the better. Pursue your dreams. People will tell you that you can't do it, that you don't belong there, that they don't, see people like you there, and just ignore all of that, because if you want to do it and you're willing to put in the work, there's absolutely a place for you. So find your mentors and find your supporters and just pursue your dreams.
NOAA's looking ahead at a lot of different new things. First, I want to chat about this Climate Ready Nation. Could you explain what that is and what its purpose is?
Sure. So it's in NOAA, looking at the work we do and the products and services we deliver, and making sure that the nation and all communities and all walks of life and industries have access to the data and the products they need to make their daily decisions. So, we fly our 10 aircraft to collect data on hurricane forecast and water forecast, marine mammals for shipping channel traffic. So it's about providing the data that Americans need every day to live their life, to run commerce in the country, to stay safe. So it's just making this data and science part of our everyday life.
Looking ahead at different types of aircraft that NOAA is bringing to the fleet, there's a G550 coming up. Could you tell me about that?
Sure. Yeah, it's really exciting. So we have a G4 high-altitude jet right now that we fly. It does work in hurricanes, atmospheric rivers, which are the storms that come across the Pacific and inform the rainfall for the whole nation. But we're getting a new aircraft, a G550. Next month in August, it will go into the Monster Garage and start being cut for modifications. That will have apertures on the top and the bottom, wing hardpoints, a tail Doppler radar, drop-sons. It's going to be a spectacular aircraft. So we are hoping to have it here at Oshkosh in 2025 on Bowen Plaza.
Oh, we're looking forward to it. Is there a specific type of weather or biome where this airplane is going to be flying?
Yeah, its primary mission is hurricanes, so it flies around and above, if it can, the hurricanes, and informs kind of how those weather patterns are going to influence the track and intensity of the hurricane development. And then outside of hurricanes, we fly what's called atmospheric rivers. So these are the big systems that come across the Pacific and really inform all the flooding from the West Coast to the central U.S. and even as far as the East Coast, all the water, so that informs all the water for the West Coast. They use it now to control the reservoirs, so to let out water or hold water, so it's really important. The data from last year alone saved 30,000 households of water for a whole year just using that data. So it's busy. If it's not in maintenance, it's flying projects.
I can imagine. And next, you're looking at uncrewed aerial and marine systems, right? So what's the future with that in NOAA?
Yeah, we are. So in the Office of Marine and Aviation Operation, we have an uncrewed systems office for all of NOAA. It's really exciting. It's where we work across NOAA to develop systems to complement what we do with the ships and aircraft, or even sometimes take the place of the ships and aircraft. So a really exciting one this summer is out of our P3 aircraft, where we launch uncrewed aircraft systems out of it's called the AXBT chute. And they fly out, a sleeve comes off, wings open up, engine goes on, and it can fly down the 100 meters above the water. So we can't fly our aircraft down there, it's too dangerous, but that data is really important for especially the hurricane intensity forecast. So we're working on technology like that where we can collect data that we can't otherwise and make even more accurate products and services for the American public.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
moving on.